The clock is winding down to Election Day, and today ballot language for the only statewide issue this November is finally set.
NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy is live to tell us why the language has become a battle. Natalie?
Jen Jarrett, first, issue 1 is about redistricting. Last month, the Ohio Ballot Board met to assign its ballot language that voters will see at the polls. That was nearly immediately challenged, and the Ohio Supreme Court ordered them back to work this week. They made changes today, but some say still it's not enough.
This was done, and it was created for the main purpose of hoodwinking the voters.
To say that this misleads people is simply untrue.
Issue 1 is a proposed constitutional amendment to take the power of the pen away from politicians and give it to citizens to draw district maps. On Wednesday, the Ohio Ballot Board made 2 revisions to the wording that Ohioans will see when voting. The changes were approved by Republicans on the board.
What you saw was a one-party controlled board try to sway the outcome of an election.
We've constrained our changes to just what the court pointed out, and in fact used language from the court decision to improve the language that was drafted.
The language written in large by Secretary of State Frank LaRose says, in part, the amendment will require gerrymandering and will limit the public's access to air their concerns. LaRose and other Republicans on the board did not take any questions from reporters.
Them not being able to stand up with a straight face and take tough questions as it relates to this misleading ballot language speaks for itself.
During the meeting, LaRose said there was a sense of urgency to get the language approved. That's why attempts to amend it further than what his office wrote were voted down.
Less than 48 hours from now, overseas and military ballots will start going out.
They love to run out the clock and create a sense of urgency so that, we just have to do the thing that they want to do, which is always bad for Ohio voters.
I've been covering issue 1 and the effort to get issue 1 on the ballot for several months now. Here's what you need to remember when you head to the polls. If you vote yes on issue 1, that means you want a 15-person citizen-led redistricting commission. If you vote no, that means you prefer the status quo, which is a 7-person commission made up of elected officials. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.